Prof Machi.
CJ.
Yaja.
Major Sona. I'm going to say.
Yamene Henny. Yepim Soko.
Yepim so.
Kaka Yepim so enterprise. Nti Guso.
Yepim Soko.
Aye, and Prof Tinkwa.
Oh. It's it you. No come here.
Set me who document be. Say Friday train was 2nd June 2023. In Cry de Brem, you see the Church of Pentecost, East Legon Worship Center, East Legon, ordination service.
Okay.
For Reverend Professor Joseph and Mrs. Mavis Osafo.
Hey.
At the church auditorium at Champon Junction behind Papa's Pizza. 6:30 p.m. GMT. It is officially within the Reverend Professor Joseph Osafo, but me Osafo na nampe edu nampe. Enti Prof Utrinkwa.
Kawe iti dance pa.
Utrinkwa, her name is Sweetheart Mavis. Yamin Shramo.
Jese damu nyina so ase.
Yamin ya dana ase.
Ene adofo abompai atai chia for a very long time. You can say Yamin Shramo. Kwame wonso Yamin Shramo.
O nshira wonso.
Said ya na otai chia. Mse we busy but
mending.
Obo homoden. Na waboaye. Na kwame we di mesrew. Mami fa kwens na mere nua.
Okay.
Me ames mere na chiriba.
Okay.
Mrs. Charity Amoa. Lady name Charity Dua. And they the birthday. Na June 4 and
June 5 and then June 5.
And June 4th. And the birthday. Na Auntie Charity. I mean sure why. Na oma on kwatentene apomuden enka no fie.
Amen.
And na kwame me hu say anopa no. Me baba akon ahimfie clothing.
Yeah, and I pay yes.
Oh the shame you no.
Ono ahimfie. Ahimfie na besra me.
Mesra. Young man. Na Obon homodin pa Philippine too. Philip. Ono so enra in birthday. And them say June 4 for there.
June 4th for.
Na mi shira pa na oma ojuma nkoso na oma apomodin so. And I come on last week, make I tell say come in there say about.
Dear he.
Dear you're going to British Council.
Any date be? Any
Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Any 5 p.m.
Let me call.
Oh, any the 15th Kwambe Diakon Memorial Lecture. So someone Kwambe Diakon. Wow, our matter, a cropon. The friend is saying ACI, Akrofi Chrysler. Okay. I don't say one of the best, one of the leading friends in theological institutions in say may how many in maybe in West Africa. Ghana had it Diakotempa. Na afi no Kwambe Diakon nipa nyame nam no so this school ni buy me so me alumnus.
Okay.
Ai me makoye masters in missions and theology. Wow. Enti afi no aso nyame ni say member the main speaker for womo 15th Kwambe Diakon memorial lecture no. Enti adofo no nyina eto nsafere mo 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. British Council. Momraho. Na kwa meto nsafere ya wo so kwe. Me ya transi me attack na no. Meto nsafere no.
Richard Ahiagba, communications director in PPO ha.
Me chechiri Richard ano say. Brebi Richard ana brebi. British Council. 15th. The event sir. 15th Kwambe Diakon Memorial Lecture. Okay. 5 p.m. Kwamunu yebeka wazem. Onu dia yebeka wazem.
Dear he.
Sir,
Debbie, catch me.
Yeah, share the role of religious organizations and para organs like theological institutions
Okay.
in mental health, improving mental health. And come on, the BA. Obi nam kuno or the BBA booby team.
Yes.
But you want so hano. And the I'm giving a lecture on that.
Wow.
Said yeah, churches, how can they step into this space? And they want para organs like theological seminaries. And they be a hokra and a theological seminary. But the BOA, you have to say be a some at committee be. To separate before maybe a friend see DSS, I think development social service or something like that. Pentecost, your maybe it's a counseling ministry, your disability, your chaplaincy. How can some of these your committees near para church organizations step into these spaces?
Yeah.
Now, MBY, when we say in Europe, the church was critical, coming and a boama or more picking mental health. Indeed, say if Africa is actually the epicenter of Christianity globally, now Ghana is one of the critical centers of Christian activism there. Not just say, Kwame, we have a role to play.
We do indeed have a role to play.
You know, so lecture na member on the intermediate media channel.
Richard,
option mu tie Richard,
Prof, interestingly, yes, many ages says he say, "Oh, yeah, Reverend Professor." Nyamenia Danase, and Reverend Dr. Kofi Entry, Presbyterian Church, or the about, I say, Development and Social Services.
Exactly.
DSS.
Good.
Reverend Dr. Kofi Entry, that say, anopay. Na, ye peja wa basobodie, mebunu titru, and I'm person menu go say. Me know why a series be for quite a while on Mebunu ni in Ruboni. Na baby I question. So I was also a counselor, my young people, sorry no. And so drug trafficking, drug abuse, especially amongst the young people. I dare me the hami. Inti I me the how na saying pa. Na once and I say a Kenyan woman be as you Kenya a chain with 11 kilos of cocaine.
Right.
About 2 months ago, Kotoka Airport. Oh no, actually with 11 kilos of cocaine, but she's not the kingpin.
Exactly.
A trafficker or a courier. You're smart. But at the end of the day, unkrofu ya mebunu on the receiving end. Obia sending me a be interesting a be about Akwebia say a friend Paju Odonko.
Okay.
Yes, no, or a BBC journalist. At a point only Pablo Escobar Ejuma. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, and you are quite
yeah.
Hey.
Only Pablo Escobar. Yes, say at a point, Annie Papa cry a moderator of the Presby Church. I don't know which of the, but yes, say a friend Pajo Odonko.
Wow.
Emre na only BBC Ejuma. Now, a very interesting story be at Wachira House in Usa. By age 23, 4, 5.
And
now or a courier. The first sika unya and $4,000 those days. Okay, so also to the first car be VW Golf. Ono to no for onya the $4,000 no. Campaign nankasenya be $200,000. This thing about a mebunu young people. One who say even though say oya software ba near the no. Yeah, the lure of money.
Exactly.
Sika ne wiasia fefe dear. And at a very young age like that, you know, it is easy, you're impressionable. And yeah, they are dada na. This is an interview he granted somewhere. Now say, on the as far as is concerned, Pablo Escobar is a hero because he took care of the poor. Well, Senya, Jose Escobar, yeah, a lot of good,
exactly,
for poor people. And you know, he took care of the poor. And there's a Ghanaian who used to work with the BBC. Eventually, he went to prison for 30 years, according to story, you know. And or no, sir, no, where's it? Just about 24, 25.
Do you remember?
Oh, that. When you or say I was just 25 years old, I felt good because money is power. Do baby, he got as much as $150,000. A woman. A mebunu. Now, onu say no, he is not the kingpin.
Okay.
Or a courier on the Namho, but Onukwane exposed to danger. Looking at your roles, he say no. Mebunu ane inubone. What do we do? Minister Richard, you are here on no Obeka a asen. But now only say Richard and here go ni Obama yejuma.
Obama.
He worked on the Barack Obama campaign.
Oh, really? You were then in the US?
Yes, please.
I'm friend John Enum, but me minimum.
Oh, why are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Richard, how come you never talk about that experience? You never mean things or Kanda. Are they?
Because Jama mentioned on pay na a tifo.
Maybe also.
Me bra pennies. So I said, I say a year experience from other places, you know, not directly relevant to Ghana. Maybe I may see this so but I may find in Commerce.
Oh, but no, I like it. I mean, Richard had me know and though, and I get the point. Say, relevant for Ghana, but in terms of leadership, it's globally relevant. Say you are what to me, Abua opinion is I'm a Wabaye Penini, and I mean American president is like a global leader, and what it means is that. Meaning say the dynamics of leadership and winning power, and I think is the biggest exposure you can ever have. And you know, I'm really surprised because and it's good.
I'm surprised how I.
That's a comedy. What did you? Oh, but it's good because Obama no. To be honest, now me follow the campaign those days. Now so we share. One year, and to hear some, you can just a great part. Say the way I'm projecting. I remember maybe a talk man either in Germany or somewhere, and or US part of US now, and Crawford budget so far, and you know his extempo speeches or bayena just say onka. Now I'm very interested. Indeed, you've been for me. A shaper of a global leader, and I think say you have more opportunity to work with some leaders.
Messi Obama campaign now,
yeah.
But they are sharing who did on kind and they have exposed him.
Oh, it's good.
But Prof, sometimes Semin Cancho say, tell Prof not to be surprised that the guy worked with Pablo Escobar. Even in Iceland, Ghanaians are there. By the way, congratulations to Reverend Prof.
Oh.
Kwame, I'm surprised you say you don't know Pajo. How? Those days he used to hang around bus stop with Kiki Jan. On the Oxford Street also and around my Peace area in general. You must have met him. Wow. I'm sure I must have. So Pajo's story and I make what do we do with young men?
Yes.
Young women. In the trafficking, courier. I better say be a me cannot do the bat. I had you.
Come it does.
I had you.
And made us a pan each for so. Come did you kind and I'm happy say whatever I say where I sit.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
But I say me yes for and about gonna say me say obi a me ye any part in can and I've been a ejuma.
Yeah.
A psychologist. And we so for now mental health worker come operation also. If we say share a DNA free, the spiritual dimension say the obi say church nipa no nyame asem no. Na bia wabom payama no na wa shepherd no. Na osa ahwe no so free. Oye nipa yi. Enfo so ho ana motubi ho a wantuni yi. Enti then I meet me idea bona may a mental health worker and as a psychologist. And it's very interesting to me pass and very heavy. Say Oshasa Echenwa.
Yeah.
I mean, because papa come and I'm miduvia by 5 p.m.
I can imagine.
If you feel 7 o'clock.
And past 7.
Yes, and I go to home 5 p.m.
So almost 12 hours.
Yes, and you can imagine because of you they said you the 2J or your brand here. Now come say in psychological sciences, I can say baby are very volatile. Development. A free teenage years now echo young adulthood. You have a lot of energies. You have a lot of ideas, thoughts. What journey and what do you know? Obe explore the world. One pese obey agentic, obey courier, the momo. Now what they will ye bribi, you become like a vehicle. Or do I be to say sabi ponko? Our town so they do we and because we are young, Sabrin, opesa will explore, you are not likely to be very, very critical. Say obe son and near my swag we deep because also per se sabi make it an impact. Na also baby and that stage in your development can be the most exploitative stage. Obibe to me adada wa adana wonsa na odi asema wura wadwene mu.
Quick correction, you say gentleman Pajo Odonko. He is a grandson of moderator Reverend S.S. Odonko, not the son.
The grandson.
The grandson. Okay. Thank you very much for the correction. Prof Mitie.
Enti sabre no muno na obi to me ewia wadwene. If you say wadwene nankasa is ready to be engaged. But the challenge is it has to be engaged usefully and productively.
Yeah.
And obi be ebe den down sa aden down wadwene ada o na we dia grow for watenka ho na oduwa ebre bi bone a opeso ye. And it's the most slippery and a very volatile stage in your development.
Yeah.
Now we share Kwame stories especially when you read a bit about biographies and autobiographies. What they most of the time, a lot of mistakes that people committed in their lives were within those periods. Some of them will tell you say they wish somebody to me adane ebre na kuma correct no. And they say me catch emrantie na many more edin common and by and say to me steer successfully. Efa teenage years or young adulthood, Kwame, you've conquered life. You've conquered life. If you say,
but that's the most impressionable period.
Exactly.
Chese bibienia. A bit me done what dream.
A bit me done easily because your energies are on. You're high. Open say, we into be able to a bit me that down. And a fain a wutu a number. Obi di sika, obi di ahonfe, obi di afefedie, obi di fame. Never be able to that down the dorsal.
Yeah.
And I am now the entire double agony for us. What I'm going to tell you, Kwame, it's a double agony for us in this part of the world because a ye tibe bia a numa any hosa
poverty.
No one's around my catch. I'll say, and interestingly, this is co-occurring with at the time, Africa, the youngest continent, ohe mebunu awo yoha mebunu do also send any other continent.
Yeah.
But what can a human engage a ma? No mutumi no. In fact, and there is what you call meaninglessness and a search. And I say be a hopelessness. Just say no. Nemba no. Dear or way. Dear buenipa, Shana Brabo, not Jenny. Na tenka na mutu abrabo me say. When we say me free air, me could
Yeah.
Me free beer, me could see. Kwame meaninglessness. Say unim de wote hwa woye. E predi pankasa. Na ebetumi adane mrantie ne maya adane weni dane wanamo ama wabraba yebasa. Enti say if you live in this continent, in this part of the world, woba eco school, you are doing your best as a parent. na akra no be school now so only bibia obeya kwame is a threat, is an existential threat to be your parent, to be your amampanyini, to be your leader. Every leader be a who ran to be a nam krum banchire who be is a threat, and you should be concerned.
Yeah.
And the reason is that some ran to know nama when ye bibia ye biano dakoro obia or dandan adwene efa kwamboneso no ebitumi adding down on a chinchimonsa adada wo.
Yeah.
Na they said ye okay obey courier na wafano meni adwuma ye kwame na okata me se memfen rumone emfa chire hiya na ba kilo 1 kilo bi asemo oba me 20%. Me ton 20 kilos a 20 bi na me kono meji akoye
na pajo story nipa bebre send so munim no pa.
Yeah, meji akoye if you say means me perceive inya bribi.
Yeah,
meaninglessness. Now it's a bother for younger adwuma in this area. No, it's a bother for us. Say, ohwe said ye man ni bi na ye man bi obrana woman no ebi wo hono ma enye wo ma nti ya na these days no ya na ye sa discussion I was say you nuance it properly. Was ya na ye ka say oh ye man aba no o mani brisika. I think we have to be fair, Kwame. The say obi ani brisika, put it in context. Eheno te. Edwuma be no ye. One no one abuano. Wako school or hefa. There are a lot of factors as I who put it into perspective. As long as any brisika. For example, obi edwuma etien sika be bia de mehwe. Na chenchenia or faculty kwambi so asa jibisika. Okaso any brisika metiase. But say abrante bia oni hwe. Otifie. Oni edwuma. I'm not holding brief for them at all. Make us say the narrative should be balanced. Na only we or two no so what was we did 20, we did 30 kwame, make us say we did 37 years only ejuma. And you think that say obi eba na nchen ka chen say me be say wo de edru kakra yi e fa chire ha. Wo ton ba ko bi am 100 cities. Wo ton 10 a day will make 1,000 cities. I'm telling you, you will jump into the bank
until lack of jobs.
Exactly. Lack of jobs. And you ma engage your mano. Now when you be say what do one say ye? Say me free me call her also no pa. No call her kwame no or ye meaningfully engaged, meaningfully employed. Or entiasi bi wana brabo mu say me so hana me free me die ni. Met me to anamwa komanim. Me free her me call her, me free her me call her. E boy ye man pa. Na hano ena ohun say obi software as for you may no so kwame ehia pa no because it will interest you say some of our young people who are into betting because the betting is now an addictive behavior now. Very. They are into betting. Most of them too are in our churches. I'm sorry. And obi shan no open sorry now engage him na obi say they all can wasema and say pastor pray for me me ni adwuma ya na hamadwe me ni adwuma because okasa pa kwame it means say nadwene is potentially malleable say obi betumi adenda nadwene me ni adwuma so to nsa daddy pray for me but kwame eye mpa bonko na ni penya adwuma say mpa bonko dia ene ni atu MPP ya beka say mpa enko
me pacho chawa jena Mr. Pata ya de kakre
no wahala
e beka enu yi say and ye mon pa na adwuma mbra eye adwuma nko eye nhihye eye anamotuo eye careful calculated decisions plans say ye de niema egu akwemu to say your youth policy ye de gu akwemu say enkora e free invest mo ye ba 400,000 and then ye yama na omonye adwuma and those are the spaces where software now when say eye mpa enko na mu anamotuo kasachire say when you mbedi nkomo ebi ho ho entrepreneurship say akra no kra obi a obetumi aye ba na ni ba na ho so ente we so for na wo obetumi ni o ma engage for example who engage you say look what do you have that you can do maybe you make us a he feel clothing man he turned 30 years
oh wow
and power the ma wo say yes and he's exploring that opportunity.
But prof obi so wo a emrante ni bi wo a Ope what they call quick money. Ope car be wada.
Right.
Ope certain kind of car. Ope lifestyle be.
Right.
So now I can say betting. You know. 400,000 from the university. I hear a bank be absorb it. I hear private sector be absorb it. I hear a bit me a school amanone. I hear be an entrepreneur. Ni be a do any be wo. Now so how do a big politicians, big businessmen, cartels, skimpings. Also said you bit me a down margin. And mama be drug couriers because all pay juma you unya. Ain't Kajen so Fako Ghana, Fako UK, Fako US, Fako Mexico, Fako Nairobi, Fako Johannesburg, wherever. Now, memo $2,000, all expenses paid. Obeko.
Also, me can say this. The year is co-occurring with a resource poor background.
Okay.
We live in the resource poor context. And the context now a team nankasa no crampo no. E buye kwan ma we so e koso. To say okay, your man do hormone naturally also PBB. The world now is a small world now. Ukra phone see crow here you can see what is happening around the world. And the cultures are becoming breaking, kind of some borders and becoming fluid. Which means say oba otigana. But Obano, I didn't cry my America for Mufra. And so Otigana, because he's learning so many things from elsewhere, or the shape in a brabo. But they are interested in all of this, and they say, Kwame, Emeka is a man coming out of school, which is the second point of making Hasama. Your man is school, say, Kwame. It's all about, say, a crananya, Titi. We first degree in psychology, first degree in study of religions, first degree in let's say archaeology, first degree in BSc. I mean, there's something we call value training, values, human values. Say yet te akrano ate abrabo enipase ethics, decision making. No, Kwame, you in classroom. Obana me psychology, I mentioned the history of psychology, or you see the principle of psychology, maybe a theories of psychology, or research methods. Obra said you see shebra. They said you will be to block. Now Ukraine trouble, Ukraine spirit level, Ukraine on the head pan. Now I think Mokane say mortar. Now if I block Kwame. Now all the block auto block so. Now all the spirit level to say a bayetine and son of what was son of brate obra eshishe. San shishe no. Yeah, educational system. No say obi a free invest in urban. We lack that. Into akwana a free invest in now the man say okopejuma. Say on also be say a dear na me what do I have? Means me to me a den dying. Me to me a young baby. And those are spaces, ne gaps are some of the churches can fill.
Yeah, maybe a friend of Boedu. Boedu says, Kwame, the issue is our graduates pass through the university without the university passing through them.
That's a theoretical thing.
The time has come for the gown to come to town.
What is still theoretical?
So, what is it?
Yes. It's so theoretical. And Matisa and Kofoka, let the university pass through you. But I'm going to just raise critical questions. Number one, what is the university? Dear Pani University. I can tell you this on a fact. The university now say, Yechadi. Akrano. Esuya ade you then usuya ya chance be 1 + 1 A2 okotena library no usuya 1 + go to 2 all man exams I bet you on the amount. I think that beyond teaching them in the classrooms, as I said, your man participating in other activities of the university. For example, seminars, Kwame. Seminars, conferences, discussions, debates.
Yeah.
Those are spaces where would you see idea or hopa when interactive now what TD ubika if you almost a training ama CV writing preparing yourself for interviews me lecture say I never end my lecture being may engage my students on value issues. I don't do that. In fact, in the course of my lecture I always make at least 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I discuss ethics, values, an issue because I know and now free university honoma or the pre.
But or the pre na se bibi any homana.
Or the pre an example is one for example, remember one value back home. If I keep discussing with my students the value of hard working, or nipano or ejuma den adwene pa and ejuma den adwene. And the ono pre free investment ejuma ni hono. But when we say ejuma den me to me be inside bibi. So as he or she leaves the university, onim say beyond what I have just acquired in terms of my transcript, we anyway near the mame, we anyway the messiano, onim say me to me the inside bibi. And the me share university students come auto kubi. That is what we call good ethics. Oni ejuma say ya, but onim say obetumi akwaji kubi every the coastal areas no central region. And to akwaji aba and on the value aka ho utwitwa ho na and this was in Lagos na or the straw ashim na just say wa add value to it abrante no na adwuma ohen no onye adwuma no and they said you can no e bi wa ye man bi ho no ma their expectations must be managed and all free mercy akono me come akobo tie na my office na afreme say na my boss yes na the father to manim and the prepare we are san Ghana you know and sanity and the man so here santi ase no and I agree with you it's a balanced argument say aban eto na mbo no na ye man so ehunu say and ye yesu nka say aban ma madwuma so what do you have e dey na wo a obetumi in certain areas say yen aso for say mental health workers ka ho kwame ehia ye pass e be balance because ye man no ewumu abun say they are experiencing what we call spiritual struggles. Now, spiritual struggle, they say, akrana they are when you say nyame or energy so bompaya nyame management. Obompaya into a bompaya sa nyame management. No approach you suffer. No can suffer. Ma bompaya ma chere kuma me nyejuma. But TD Jakes like us be. I say God will not teach you how to make a chair, but he will show you the wood.
God will not teach you how to make a chair, but he will show you the wood.
Ose duane ni. Enti wo kotwe duano. Na fa ye kunwa no. Enti the basic lessons na ese ye man say edwumaden, open your mind, embrace the obetuma ese ya. Na tu anamfo. E wo say e ho so human values. Processing them along human values. A hard working ethic. Sade many nyina ese man tiase and afi networking also who said here one nipa e be say relate kwame ye man bi ohana they have become frosters what the adwuma kakra man so ya no dupe o for na adwuma say my adwuma no wia wa adwuma na ne refi say adwuma na o wia ofri mu no say when to me ntua ne car na kronobon na obo na when to me ntua ne car
yeah
so this is what we call system thinking. I was saying say one action leads to the other. We say in our classroom. I was saying, "O course o ni na usua." Ti ye man na wo university sa, on course semina. We want say ote love bench so. On your bow don kwa no wudi. On them around. Ni sada ni komu, ni sada ni sisi echi. O ko baby o ko mo nsan, o ko no mo wi. Into them school, o be five school throughout. Onya de pe bia mfa wi. To be wi no. Now say he still found wanting. And my thinking is that say I say university and fan krenmuswa. I say universities no any programs beyond kwame the actual classrooms.
Yeah.
Because I say nana make say I mean open me area me here ejuma suicidality for example here. Nipa hine suicide experts. But me more example if universities in helping for example the mental health of students. Yeah, church lecture say at least before you end the lecture, obia for just 2 to 5 minutes. Ne when you school for no enkasa be mental health. Na chen say bibi hanwa onko ha on yes you can imagine the thousands of students because one lecturer can be teaching for example 1,500 students sitting. The thousands of students are a bit me enyambo every home. And today maybe the university also needs to I was starting a conversation beyond just ye teaching abstract things, you know, at the classroom level, say no one is a whole classroom, and engaging students beyond this. Finally, Kwame.
Yes.
And this is another area be extremely important. Over in street so Kwame. Obi ho emrantie. Ebi yo ha wase oton sekai. Ebi yo ha no kura hama kakraka. Onam street mu ikura no oso oton. Ebi yo ha ukura sa ade amade clean windscreen anim ni.
Yeah.
Na or the scratch windscreen ani. FM. Yeah, me shishimi sans. Hey. Because they omit me ma. Na maybe some who say to me baboy. Me matri say obi be play street musa. Kwame, one night it's on the street. Once they get on the street, obia be to me a trinium.
Yeah.
Na ukura se kind of brandishing. No kra hammer. No kra way. No kra way. To be honest, a bribia mefa any African country me emrantie sa. I get so sad for Africa. Because you don't see this in anywhere in the West. I can tell you this. Say, Obeko Europe, how? What are you talking about? Just say, the system itself will not even allow you to be on the street.
Yeah.
It will not. So the question is, why fear obini wa? Yes, only fear. Na ampa, Madame Professor Kokrokoo Sante. Oh yeah, he has worked extensively on streetism in Ghana. Okay. Now, I'm not sure the generations of streetism or you wonga on the streets and one when you our street no so I will be on the street yeah on street and when you street no one will be on the street and the street no and any fear order I think say Kwame say in 2000 year and no and ma when you be a campings and you be a crowd Kwame let them go onto the streets.
So it means that we ourselves we've built an army out there amount for bit me aqua tapping to easily
for also money in school no problem also money in your communities no problem let the person get onto the street but I think that the greatest disability we can do ourselves is to train minds that become criminals. Kwame, educated minds that become criminals is one of the most difficult things you can ever deal with as a nation because not general yeah and now all for kweti kwanso ne adwembono kwanso e dey say adwene no a ye dia ma no or daniani na all their sayoman is one of the most dangerous thing you can have as a nation. If you say they are very complex, they are smart, they know a kwan be so me so beat the system no enti ye ka ho if you keep on allowing the society itself say ye je bibie mu and that currently it appears like the ye man we've left them on autopilot or minor ne mebu no ye ja into nemusa ne bia ba kwa pf no ba kind of stories oh say nyame adoma and ye ba kopo.
Yeah.
How about the hundreds that couldn't get to the top? How about the thousands that couldn't get there? And yeah, me can say, oh, on a street, nyamechre. It's not a good talk. Nyamechrampa. But one person can come out. How about 100? Say 100. Na ba pay free 99 or more. And he so yo, can't crowd on the street no sa. Yeah, the street so the miracles can come on the street. I don't believe that narrative. As I say, careful, you want to say, if we leave our streets, your man on the street, and also say, miracle can come and just be on the street. Yentias say, out of 100, Sabakupuya, the 99 are still liabilities, and we have to work on them.
Prof, answer na a Meko Richard Sono. Enti yan ye create a pool, I don't know, say inadvertently because of streetism, because of Jumeni, because of entity, because Mebruna Kasano. Buabo manu without knowing, say, so pay young people to go and get themselves involved in drugs, either trafficking, courier, use. We have an army ready to be used. Inti Ebanesana, if the drugs get into town,
easily
we have ready a pliant people ready to use it.
Easily. And I mean, that's a very solid point there. And the solid point is this. Say, if say if a can be say if control this drug means, at least in this part of the world, meaningful engagement of our young people are one and banchire na wo hu de wo odo abrabo eye na ushie bi na yenga am all the time on research. I'm a researcher and we should be your town now we engage you one kwame and some be wa whatever hope and it's akra. I can tell you say the opposite of the money bia say onye bia no kwame. There is this instinct in man or human being for self-preservation. Obi ni wa or person dignity becomes denigrated.
First law of nature, self-preservation.
Nobody in 10 years we couldn't pass a bit. Mandas no audio yet the person way no obey. But we have to arrest suspects that there are sociological slippages there. Say ye giant man, there was so many spaces uncensored. Yen shared the echo so na media maka say amembu see ye bumai say ye shemai kwama can ha repeatedly say it is not accidental, it is intentional. And he say a man ye be to an more say okay yen hwe ye ma enam street swear yen hwe sabi ye nua no ma o madwumo ka o mo nam street swear. We are not looking at those spaces. And now the Bible bonko footing near there.
Yeah.
Ebekan, some neko. We are creating an army. Emrantiane Maya woni ye. As a nebi Kim. When people have nothing to live for, they will give up everything for what they want to do. Because when we are ikurano, nothing holds them down. Say bribi kura ubi. No one say, I'm tied to this. Me o family, me o ma, me o yere, me o juma, me o mami, me heno, me o say come. Those are point of sanity. A bomb, and my shishana say no. Let me be careful. But on you be there's nothing that holds him bound. Say, oh bribia, as I say, oh hey, na ubu brei. Inte no one say, oh kosa, and oh friend anu dichi, oh friend inti some criminal behaviors, minds, and the actions be hormone. They are happening because people's lives are unanchored meaningfully. They be anyone ma a crown and quan. The crown agent and the crown brabo say, the echo say, when the cramena me ya, me. And to say, ye giant house spaces na. And one of the come by the bar. Say, omonam. Sa Kokrokoo it is be American some of the slums near there Kokrokoo horom egusu num wi beko ba bi no electricity if high tension yase embrantia buchinku num wi chese abaye adwuma on the fra various can say substances mix it na ya nom wonso a say on pese o mo kwaku dunsuo say be eya kese no ko kwanso a wo mo just say aye. And one is a Nantone, a jom who, sir. Now come maybe a question harder. Are we confident in our future? So, coming when you and I are retiring, some of these young men, and they be paying for what kind of leaders and Ibinya in this nation if we leave our young people unengaged?
If we leave our young people unengaged. Professor Joseph Osafo near Tenin Kano. That last sentence. What kind of leaders will we have if we leave our young people unengaged? Because he makes the future very bleak. Yeah. A few messages and I'll take thoughts from Richard Ahiagba, who is with me here this morning as well. In the meantime, happy birthday to you, Mr. Julian Brian Eshan, a.k.a. Wabam. Anybody knows Wabam? Cheers to him. It's his birthday today. And also to you, Rotarian Henry Lamte, the very tall one. Happy birthday to you, bro. Have a lovely day. And to you, Cynthia Annan of Royal Extra Quality on the Spintex Road. Happy birthday to you, Cynthia Annan. Love and best wishes from your family. Chairman General, I want to be clear on this. Ask Professor Safo if criminals are made or born. We know great artists like 50 Cent, Tupac, who were born on the streets. Gasti Man, Brekum. Are criminals made or born? This is an interesting one. Well, I'll ask Prof if he has answers. Farouk in Tema comes with an interesting one. He says 3 of them. Kwame, I cringed when I watched Pajo's interview. He's very articulate. His admonitions for our youth to stay away from drugs and how he describes some men of God as charlatans was my takeaway from the interview. Please don't get bored educating our youth of the dangers of drug abuse. And then the rate at which the youth are being influenced into drug use is becoming dangerous. Let's all help save our children. Farouk in Tema. Hey. Prof. Asemabo. Okay, I'll wait. The street is not a miracle place. If 1 out of 100 makes it through the street, what about the 99? Let's say no to streetism. Professor Safo, thanks for the in-depth education this morning. Master Planner Junior Kentampo sends that one. Communities need to take preventive measures to address drug abuse among young people. Early education and prevention programs play a vital role in reducing exposure to drug use. It goes on and on. Citizen Francis. Prof, this one is yours. Chairman General, Agenda 111, have you heard of any psychiatric hospital amongst them? My son has been a psychiatric patient for 24 years. After separating from him for only 2 years on transfer, I want to do the unthinkable. Link me to Professor Safo.
Oh.
Prof, what do you about? The phenomenon of streetism is not peculiar to Africa and Ghana. It's however true that criminal behaviors are largely acquired by young people in the streets who have no parental engagement. Children as young as 13 lead carjackings in Washington, D.C. and elsewhere in the U.S. Akwesi Champong, Maryland, USA. Kwesi Reynolds in Agona Dobin says, Efien Titiasa, no morals in our upbringing these days. Richard, any comments, any thoughts? Young people, drug abuse, drug trafficking, drug courier. And then the first answer, and yet they be on the politics street. Yeah, fanfa hands near here, a boying. Yes.
I'm meeting I'm the church.
Okay.
Yeah, very challenging issue. I think all of Africa say it will be my unique. Our linkages. There might be say for example, LB is as a entity asan. Me heard say a no a professor agent later or home. Say there society na ababe SCC ano. I say ja nyoma bebre e wechiri. Yes brebe twe we na na mo abreso.
Yeah.
Na ni bie mai se bebre. Ana se bia ye tu kwan efri ye nkrase Kokrokoo kese bu and the interaction with the world generally no. Na ma so sa bebre. Enti no mehu say bia eno na tumi ma entity no anase amamre anase ye cultural values no etumi maintain a certain conduct say bia wa GDA say akwala no be fantity bi mu a chena no ba be penipa ya busia edin adaye so no asset at the time enti no obi sorry anase akwala bi sorry enye nyoma sa akwa abra onka ise ade a meyi ma wo forte a omompe enti menyesa that self-regulation based on this cultural presence and as a dominance in our life no tiako and I think I don't know Prof maybe later I'll bet much say bia exposure to the world, you know, is it the problem? Of course, that's one key problem because Joe Pajo and I say
Pajo Donko. Yeah.
The issue for they say there is no connection outside your community, you know, within our enclosed community, you know. And I be when ya sa contact with the foreign outside world, you know, in case be sa opportunity but me nya akwakodi sa adwuma yi a ye nyina ati asese nka nya dia bibini ba adase kadeni ba ye trading also to be as amamre kwa so and as traditional values I wo ye bo aka bet me I regulating no say mon ko yes ade enti no me hu ni say one issues in the also but one I think say exposure to the world and I say globalization your educational system no as I said, to me, integrate some aspect of cultural upbringing. A bit to me, abwa ama yatete yankola. Say engaging with the world, you know, doesn't mean conceding everything that is us, you know, to import what is global. Now, no. The basic CNE, near said, "Ya uncle Crofodi Bay, and I said, "Ya ye, a moody hen, near far, but what edit to 2 year dear one." Sebaya will not drift too far away. So I think the influence of globalization is very, very, very key. FM. Chama Jenna is a Prof. Kasanson or can be about Numa. And I think it's one of the key issues. Adia say abai any impenifu nyina yetumi hwe na yeka. Now the issue of employment, you know, adia over a period of time, at least final independence ebesi nenwa, the program to concentrate say your person build the economy a see onankasa na so say Ghana yankasa ye build the economy no. That program has not taken off properly. Yes productivity, because ejuma is a function of productivity. Say the yaba has say no na yaba chama agenda ho no kwan mefa so ababedru nam say chama o program be ntino me ba na no me gina kwan so to nsuo before a traffic mu me to a friend saying paper towel me that to become way services here menya enam say me ba ha no a create income amobi.
Yeah.
Now the process of creating that income no for nipa no also created a job amobi a ono no yes paper towel ya aba kwan so ayetumi ato nsuo aba ya pack ato ayeto. The economy, no, generally speaking, Chama Jenna, I am mostly consumer based. And you know, the productivity of our economy is the problem. It to me fixes our problem now. About creating a multiplying opportunity for jobs. I say, maybe walk Ghana Henina say bia akobane say bibri na nam kwanso and say Wall Street so no aye kan wasem no. A bit to me solve our problem. Now Hannah as a Chama Jenna and then away a social issue, but let me the politics issue and as a policy issue to be a firm. And nunti sa unemployment issue a function of productivity at any one and no. And nunti na nka na me no ti hai. San ka menye MPP ni po na me no ti hanwa. Nka meka se ma obi support to abanya opese ode sa productivity orientation and now say initiative no ebana Ghana yetumi produce nyoma na sa production process no will trigger a process of solving the unemployment issues. Now me ka akwa sa one district one factory you know Chama Jenna sa pro initiative ne ka ya na yan kan sisu ye na akoye politics. And you know, me pesa be a brand we benya from individuals like profs. Now it to me a disankomo dispassionately. Say your problem as a problem ne unemployment problem.
Ejuma eni ho. Now say ejuma eni ho no. Is as a result of productivity yen to me nya ha. Enti ya ne akwakofa nyoma ehia
say the boy brano if you man on the ediaba na ye ko fa free ho no na ye create nyuma wa manfo krum enti ye youth no anam kwan so no it is as a result of say nyuma say omunya no yen enam ye consumption and I say ye importer ye no bebrebe no ye dey create nyuma ma nkrofo amanfo mukru so enti no omadwuma no a say omunya no akwa ko di baby enti aban the policy bi aba I senka etumi support and fa ho say oye NDC and as oye MPP but a idea a best solve problem a say no enim say you for nam kwan so a ye do nkomo no pay no I say oye NDC ni and as oye MPP ni oye Ghana ni I say etumi support na solutions we etumi ba enti no meka say obi biara wo temene anopay no yenya gidie say wo party bi afampo na oni party MPP afa hwe say MPP ni so ade hunu a ye pese ye make sure say sa problem one district one factory ba be solve this problem e bia na antumi an solve ni nyina prekope but ni so ade hunu a sustain investment in one district one factory ye koso e discussion ehwe so mane ye a ebetumi solve most of our problems titru mpono most of young youth here was street you see chama jena na efi outside Accra na say omo e wa Accra mpo so kan but dodo no a journey from the countryside no maba in sake of greener pastures so one district one factory betumi akọ Ketu South akola wo ho no instead so beba ha say no obetra ho apedwuma aye enam say edwuma e wo ho say dia prof kai no ade ba ko abetumi atete nipa ene say obesore anopa na wonim dia wo ye na bebi a wo ko but so onya edwuma onim say bosumi say obenya say bosumi say menya say obetumi ahyehye na brabo abetumi aboa enti no I think say mesre na maka say Ghana fo nyina yenya gidie ne enkoso an support to aban we na ni so ade hunu ade a be tackle the biggest problem Ghana ye wo youth unemployment ye gu so ye hu adwu
me da Sir Richard Ahiagba but Osei Kofi Akwa or National Youth Organizer CPP or say tell Richard that globalization has nothing to do with the immorality in our society and country. We grew up seeing more weed in Chakadimos, Shabarangs, etc. songs. We saw more cocaine in Tupac and B.I.G. songs. It influenced most of my age mates who are currently leaders in this country. The problems we have are lack of good parental care, unemployment, and the loss of censorship by government. Osei Kofi Akwa, National Youth Organizer CPP. Akwa says, me thinking the influence of globalization has overwhelming influence on our youth and Ghanaian society at large. Even the influx of Nigerian movies is widespread, let alone American movies, songs plus the gangster lifestyle. Indeed, currently in a place like Dansoman, you probably will find more fast food joints from Matahiku through to Dansoman that you will find Kinky Sellers. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi says some of our films or movies, particularly the foreign ones, also have a negative influence. Let the media have a second look at the content that are produced on our screens. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. God bless your panelists this morning. I prefer this topic and I want to discuss every day. Bless you, Professor Japheth from Yehoasem Herbal Hospital. And then, we read Citizen Francis and amongst others. Well, it's interesting. Let me send a shout out to a few people here this morning. Okay, so to you, Cynthia Anang of Royal Extra Quality, Spintex Road. Happy birthday to you, Cynthia. And also to you, Wabam. That is Brian, Julian, Ashan, Wabam, and Mr. Henry Lamte. Happy birthday, both of you. Sending a shout out to you, Lieutenant Colonel Minta Ajiman. Have a beautiful day, sir. And God bless you richly. Prof, Adumakuba, if you say congratulations to my revered prof, and greetings to my brother Richard, Prof, you're a wonderful gem, a true symbol of religion, knowledge, and humility. Now that you have another qualification in theology, I plead that you work towards religious intelligence to complement to complement emotional intelligence. This can strongly build the self-esteem of our youth, the very hope for our future. Religious intelligence to complement emotional intelligence. Adumaku befi yenyina ni baby awoko. But you be jaw hosa answer.
My one say, come as our partner all come. Also, there are still some slips be or some religious spaces. For example, some of us where we sit, no, I mean, if we are so for now, or pulpit and the be idea what they are and say, Bay bitao. For 12 months, maybe I'm pioneer bonnie and say to be. Yeah, a home feed DH. But come in, say a lot of things I am manukuno, a young with me and people make decisions and they make wrong decisions. Now, two and a movie and a mono ya, so oh, and that's what I don't recommend. And those are the things I had. Say sometimes, yemfa a quembisna yema pulpit no, and may places of proper learning. Nipano ain't mean sunya bribi. Now, I say years of diabolical preaching, diabolism. It didn't help. Why a money be? And you know, a be a white doors no. And you know, so are we saying say, also for original platform no, the whole year the nyamepa ochere o members and say, obi be so kun, baby be kun, yebo be yitu, oko achimota forest ebi dia ba ebrum nua ba na de brum nua no ejina home nipa bi yemo home adwene enti eno so bi ho a yes kwame and we can be a published paper bi
we're preaching fear,
yes, and religious,
people then become reliant on
too much
or so forth.
It's too much. And why
in African you lose your self-esteem.
Exactly. African youngsters, you hear a balanced perspective in all that we do. So for I mean, the Bible is clear on that. What mean can say, and there is a time obechere, but a young so your bad attitudes, your subambonus war, your decisions, and about to be a utua and also wow. As I say, you can't win him. You have to be rebuked and corrected. And in the Bible, no, and you say, ama onyamini papa na e pa wesi no ama nyuma panyina. So the question is, which in a place on the church again now preach no ebo members na asiesie omo ama enyuma panyina. And we need to also interrogate some of those things. Ama ye mano ameye bibiania, I see a lot of anxieties. I am shishibi oh ukudidi area ukotona mwa nipa namu ofa ngwana hoto ene kura mame wata nipa mofra mojo because say obi koto malt na oben obi de bi wu malt no yesebe man na konfichire no na mame wata fo asesa edi enso ne edi ehui mame wata fo abakurum enti ma esebi obu onsa nyame na de saade ne ma ese nyame oyemfo so ese se oba bu ne nsa na a prepare ni pedua ama afefro no wa wo kwa me ni amete ye ni wa ode ndi nyankomo oyemfo so yes nipa no se nipa no ka che ne se mom to no wa wato no mama wata na afa ma ho sebi o konfichira ena omodi ahye mo to mu edos no do enti all of these things no emma some of our sacred spaces no are places, unfortunate places of abuse. Now MSL last week my catcher was say in one of our research na also for be a catcher the member say ne member bi say medical doctor now catch and say ombra na monhwe sa timo na eguro no mayer o say okwa me maninko doctor no to me sa no ye obiwu otewa ma timo no enyini abe cancerous. And some of those spaces no I will say sanitize no na yema member no etiase say onyankopon say odan na aba ne nchen ya you don't become you don't enter into another bondage and also be bribia how adwini a chese osoro adwini mo na honhom eh come say eti ye ahom de mo ye hu ahom de babia de ya. But why do we elevate ahom no manjuma esen de nyame to my amai? I think there's a problem that this part of the world that religiosity and spirituality preponderant. I will say EDH.
Mate, Reverend Professor Joseph Osafo and Odiaku School Kakraja, why psychologist? You're head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon, and Yajena Drinchre, Ewo. Titru mebunu ni in Rubone, Bjedie ni in Romufa. Richard Ahiagba Edina Drinchre Ebae, na Yutuna Siache se Barack Obama campaign no count. Anyone was say I could to a but anyway, na they can't asem. In the meantime, Mrs. Rhoda Banini, happy birthday to you, Mrs. Rhoda Banini of Chocomoc in Tema. It's from your dad, Mr. Richard Ajiman, to you, Mrs. Rhoda Banini. Enjoy your day. Chairman General, I agree with Professor Safo on the grounds that the tertiary institutions haven't done well in bridging the gap between theory in class and equipping students with relevant, employable, and entrepreneurial skills. For example, Ashesi University, amongst other private institutions, are doing well with that, but our public universities are highly focused on slides. The current framework of the church is a big problem for the youth. Kofi Iv from Legon. Kofi, I may want to agree with you up to a certain point. And Madame Fubisokwa, sorry, you see, you see so from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. 6 hours, 7 hours. Because ordination service. Who's going to sit in a church for that long? Who can you pay? Because say we are anti-Christian. But how can you hold a 7-hour service and expect that you would have 100% concentration? So sometimes, as you said, the framework of the church itself, instead of encouraging young people, me akwala no be himself called Presbyterian Methodist announcements and quite be 1 hour basic net is if not worse ukwe yi kese especially outside Accra na you say ahohwa or na preaching ni collection 1 collection 2 kwame so for se mebunu eti dem ho how do you arrest their attention? That's where the issue is. But thank you for your thoughts on this one. Minkoye amanyo semkaka na memra na Richard Ahiagbawa Heidi obi enim say Peace FM. Reverend Professor Safuno oye Reverend Sanye University lecturer Richard yesebe on tonkati. Oye amanyoni na tichu kwani krate bia ne sa ehyasie FEMPP or say the New Patriotic Party is not seeking to transfer any voter to Ascent North Voters Register. Ignore the NDC's baseless claims. Signed, Director of Communications, Richard Ahiagba. Richard, yanko Ascent North. Yenim say June 27th. And yede sa about to beto uja. Na mosomo yemo the NDC yene do be yene de. Now, Ascent North, so far, I didn't know this. Let's start with that. Hey, it's 11:15.
Wow. Ascent North issue, no. You go so I'm say AC4 in Kratabaye as Parliament I declare Ascent North seat vacant. and Supreme Court ruling ya nyina anim ho asabi MPP I say the preparations na say ahoboa go kwabu akwa ebefa so yebenya candidate be gina ama MPP say be win this seat no ya started enti in terms from national steering committee approval the processes no actually so enti say 7th June here ukwada ebe na elections I wo yankasa be yi obi a obe represent MPP wo ho no be yes abato no ho hyehyɛ wo ase nofo na krata NDC for the buy no na patch say MPP ye pese ye fa kwan bi so na ye de obi a ono so contesting wo ye internal primaries no so ba be di MPP ni mu wo sa constituency na yakoto aba ye pede ne din ahye abato krata ni mu
okay
awo asenof yes enya dia etwa yi omoko to abato ho hyehyɛ krata CI 127 e ka asem say obi pese ode transfers say fa kwan bi so at least 42 clear days of the election day and as a returning officer be ma and all of those things provisions are articles CI 127 and provide omoka ho asem but Chama General,
yes, sir.
Who ban for so say ye, sir, someone NDC for the bad, say yeah, no, because the Omokaya, my boss, and you no credit, say MPP, yeah, say yeah, ma, Yenya Chasopoku, Eddie Abeshe, a sin of Baton Kratem. The Dikai Chasopoku, and ye MPP candidate, say, see, I may no Cassie, I was enough. Omo ye nipa mienu na ayese ompese omo contest Charles no na yenu abako Freeman nti omo mienu ye bie nomination ye close ye no omo mienu na file ye se ompese omo DMPP ni mu
okay
nti da me no kasa America aka no June 7th and ye beto sa aba nti nyanto yi nti no
that's when Wednesday
nti se ka ni aka no kura MPP ni candidate wo ho I say yeah pretty the akoshe nkrata enti one no some of this kanya no kure
enti candidate be any to start
any candidate I no kasa nti bia Wednesday chi na obekasa ye behu de obewini no a na afi de ye hu say ye candidate ni osimesi anase osimesi to say the any candidate intent to menya no kure say ye pray the chance opoku din akwakoshe because ye nim so obewini anase owini na anso so mpo no emra ensi kwan say say wo ye obi a wa register or sa constituency wo pepepe ansa vote bi ejina emra no a say gada chama general wo de unim say at constitution no edi emra bia obi abeye organa ha edi mu enti say constitution ka sem bia eno ne ye di adwuma fa ho de obi esusu de trimu anase obi ento atena be bia watchro apart from the constitution. See, no constitution was always will take precedent. And you know, Article 94, 1A of the 1992 Constitution. Actually, say, man, but through the NDC 4 canon, the position on that matter, and they say, so be person contested. Now obey a parliamentary candidate. I said, send the panel cane or your Ghanani.
Okay.
Na odi be 21 years minimum na say ni pano ni din wo abato kratem emra no ankyere say enwo abato kratem mu a ewo bebia all contest no ansa wotumi a contest ankasa enti no say emfa no mpo say na me no kasa yi Charles Opoku ana say me no kasa yi be me candidate for MPP ewo ase no for me vote I walk to south no emra ensi hu kwan se betumi a contest okay enti enko hia se MPP yes say a teacher yes say ema papa yi edin ekosa nkrata ne mu ansa wotumi abɛyɛ candidate anaasɛ wotumi akɔgyina mmerɛ bi ansi kwan enti no saa ɛyi no ɛnyɛ ade a the Caribbean woman.
That is per the constitution.
Per the constitution.
But ABA per momo party rules no different.
Yes.
And say yes, mo party rules say just any party constituency.
Very well. Very well. And no yeah Article 12.7 of your constitution. Echresa 12.7b. Echresa. But chama jena the end say medikan yaka say mrebi organ hebia no is subject to the constitution.
Yes.
Entino sempo your constitution cherese eseni pano was our constituency ho a na yen pese ye insist here de beba ne say ye be disqualify ni pano na ni pano efi sa abre no mo betumi de party na kokko de say party mra enchen constitution enti say me vote ni ha ontumi nkan chen say me ntumi contest na chama okokan ye constitution akasa the provision on that no so no a very clear na cherese or say okay, so talking about the member, or say it's a registered member and a voter in the constituency which he or she seeks to represent. Provided that in appropriate cases, the constituency executive committee may dispense with this requirement.
And even though say mo party constitution no, and no aso timi say mobetimi aye mo adwene se ewom se sei na tie na emom no yemfa adwuma. Okay,
it is our latitude no ewo ho because ye nim
so
say
nti say what's the issue then
and I make it nti because ye nim say akase bi wo ho ana say constitution wo ho a yen ye constitution no entumi nkodi animu kan ti no say yen ye sa ohye no kurampo no a eno no entumi take president na the entire party perifo betumi edisa emra ya hye mo ne say be ya nipa no obeye obi a constituency for no anase won crofo a opese odi omunim ka no omunim wo na ye de wo kɔ a ombehunu se onipa omode abayi ye dia ye ne nete ha ye nim no ye nim ne suban se be ya obetumi ewini ama party no nti party ne de o pɛ de abɛboa no se be ya nipa e de ne bɛkɔ no obeye obi a nipa benim no a ombehunu ne suban a se ye make decision se we ne ye de kɔ a nipa ne to ne so aba betumi aboa ye kɔ general election no a nti no enye mra ekyekere obi na no we ka say and ye collaborators ne brofa kese no mo chocho e say collaborators and ye ko esa enya sa
anyway isi so aba ka bi say enya no kre
sa nti sa asem ne de mogo na de wo mo a say metumi ka so no de say NDC I don't know omunim sa de we na chawa je onu say omo wa lawyers akese o party ni munti sa de we omunim but de ye omo hwe ma sa statement iba na menti ase nana medwene nyoma ba ko mienu se ebia boapayo omonim se anya dokore baton person omode ba na prepare grounds no for bibi na one say okay na say ya mokumawu election akoye yi kasa bia amba akiri ye mu amuda ho fenchim ema de obeto aba de be say ya akosi kasa bia amba akiri na ye call a sign off omo person mo create situation bi na ekoye say MPP ya de boni bi MPP ye bibi na omo gina so aye nneomo bi wo sa constituency wo me ka me trima asem na ma akere wo
okay
say NDC for enya adwen boni bi nti omo ka sa because mentia said that say a lawyers akese wo NDC na omo ahwe ama statement we aba out abra omo nim say en mra bi ansi kwan so be a the voting do how be contested nti na che say omo per issue omo nya issue nti we no ye de beba politics de eya keka nipa bi obete omo de na wante ye nkire mu no na wafa omo de ato ni trim da no me call friends asin of na me ni obi kasa na say oh na say economy aye say mo ana maye eya na move sorry president Jare wo wiem president Jare wo say president Jare wo wiem wo hefa also meeting the radio so enti akandi trimo ordinam
ojoro you must
say anything kaka
akandi utru
yes
mentiase
me so mentiase
say a private jet no current defense minister ko kan shower na asem
so enti no NDC fo nya adwen boni bi a mo pese omode create confusion enti no makofa sa statement we aba but ye ka yen ewo ase no for no ye bibia pepepepe said yes betuma boy ma ye win sa seat no na charge ye wo gidie sa ase no seat de be win
I don't think all of a sudden modi development take am kwakoyo mokwan
look chamaje na we omaka na number 1 me person me bisa questions NDC dey bi akukudro no betuma afra on frame kire mu ene say senka omo na wa ba ena by election aba awa say north wa development omo ahya ase ye hu adwuma no ombegya ya na
ebi ohana mon shase
chamaje na
because I say not say according to momotion akwan na nya dia moye
enya no kure
all of a sudden
enya no kure
muguso
enya no kure chamaje na say north issues no idea I think say one of the key factors no omo NPR na onya available be adwuma no na ni nyina so idea say ye blame e wo NDC for so omo sorry na church krata so and the end ye kofa obi a the din ni krata mu e de neba we nya asem wa etiamra but dia na etiamra say omo hwe na omo siesie no omo ntuma ahwe aye 2020 no omo dim say omo candidate no a eye e papa Jesse Kwesi ni
Jachi Kwesi
James Kwesi omo nim say the renunciation certificate ni the aka no at the time of filing no na onyae emfa ho ne covid na chama je na nya ha ne ye won ye ka say covid-19 affect Ghana economy na ye ka omo so na covid-19 e fi na be fa affect Ghana economy a jump e kuro nyina be fa affect Ghana if ba ne say na covid-19 affect this renunciation certificate a omo ka say yente no ase we nya ne renunciation certificate and o file ye na emra nso so a eda ho a say ye democracy say ye de mra na ye adwuma ye de mra na ye adwuma obia be feel comfortable say ade we say eba na meye na meye na mra kwan so a me hu son but one ye de mra kwan so a mra na obedi say be ya system no e be create level playing field am obia no ena ekoche ye papa James Kwesi say said yes say at the time of filing his papers no na on renounce his citizenship as a Canadian. So he still owes allegiance to Oman, Canada at the time of filing.
Anyway, I know still say or court until we'll leave it there. But
but Charles, Supreme Court can't want some we.
No, me part say there's also
criminal component.
A criminal component.
Very well. And can't quite this. But you so no I can say. NDC and then ye kasi. So be ebehwe no one vetted the candidate here NDC before they say you answer adie no. Enti ye nhihye ya ye kwa ye nim say ye de kwa ko win sa election. Enti development ye ewo ho no. Ye nhihye ya eda ho dada. Ba se de na make no. Omo MP na onni ho nam say ni ye ene emra no ankoyie ama court edi na asem no. Ayede tabono to no so say ma on ba parliament no. And no na mantia said the development say si ko ase no intentem so no entumi amba because the ogiremu no afumra a woni parliament to me yes adwuma no enti ena wa hwe say bia nyema no akachiri na say but ni nyina mu no ya projects wo ho I mean no ka say a list of projects ayaye that no me hwe ebinumu a eguso ayaye
anyway no yes your reporters were hinting they'll bring us up to speed on
very well
senior projects in
exactly
but also June 7 2 days from now
chairman
MPP is going to do its primaries
and no more no ne benya nipa mienu no mo baako say obedi enimu na yetumi akwako wini sa asin of election
anyway Prof, me and you a free. Why? Yes, Richard.
George, only say somewhere a Prof Kayina. A political, except say a contentious, say via NDC, say, but say a kumwa policy wise, no. To me, I said, Jayna MPP yafa, Jayna NDC yafa, and to that be no bet to me this.
We'll come back to it. Mami, 2 weeks from now, you best have another aspect of in Nobone, in Melbourne, policy wise. I hope so. Nyame man nkwa. And 2 weeks from now, Richard, so what that?
Rich, my baby.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Would like to know.
Are there some psychiatric installations?
Yes.
Exactly. So, Richard, in 2 weeks, I want you back, God willing.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this. Satana, why I'm a prime minister, I'm a candidate. And then we'll be going to the next election. And I said, don't marry Richard Ahiagba. The developments going on, it be sake of the by-elections. That be the matter. Okay. I leave him there. Who say, why Amanyo Semateka? Who say, by-election, say anything.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's power. By-election, be
I mean, wait a minute now.
Yes,
Mami.
Ojoso?
Mama Juliana Tewia, or a retired nurse.
Okay.
37 military hospital,
Papa.
She comment. The woman was just a great woman.
Say a soldier for hospital.
Mama Juliana,
in the hospital, Papa.
And now, me public lecture no kwame. Wow, krumo.
As
15 Kwambediak Memorial Lecture. We are inviting all the public, especially sorry in Penyumfo. Mama Yembre na ye to adwene. I still feel said ye in say riches wouldn't pass it. The churches are stakeholders for national development.
Oh yeah.
Into Mombra na baby a buy into me sumuno. Ye be to me as 5 p.m. 15th Kwambediako Memorial Lecture, British Council.
Accra.
You are Accra. Warmly invited. Come to Zomba.
And yes, remember me.
Media.
And yes, remember me to me.
But I be so con.
I had the crowd. Oh, my, they mean to me, ma.
Oh, ma. Let's just say we need down home. What should I say, woman? But won't to me, ma. Ebiana bibi na esiu kwan. Enintia. But professor or professor Bomiyam.
Openya church and sa.
Professor Bomiyam tino diafa oma. Mereba. Maba. Richard, good to see you again. Medas and Opay.
Thank you.
Now, Kaisa, we have a date on the 19th. Yes, 2 weeks, exactly 2 Mondays from now. You're hearing him.
Yes, sir.
Is it, Prof? Another 2 weeks from now, we'll come back to the issue of young people, drug trafficking, and what have you.
Richard. My first time.
Oh, I see.
Oh, just you're good.
I am Brante Kama.
Friday, we
go share from
full class. It helps a lot.
Yes. Once again, happy birthday to you, Cynthia Juma, Mrs. Cynthia Juma of CBG. Enjoy your birthday. Bim, 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 bim. Bim, 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 bim. Dedicating this one to you, Mr. Sammy Aoyeboa. I know you love the song African TP Collection from the late Sam Fan Thomas. Also to you, my big sister BB Besmak. I know you love this one too. Belated birthday wishes ASP Julius Iwa AJ of the Ghana Prison Service in Swam and Denum. It's from K Dance, Soka Corridor Dance of Kanishi Presby and the entire family to you. My little boy, happy birthday to you. Daniel Kweku Owusu of Ashesi University. Well, you're a big boy now. That is second bracket too. Daniel Kweku Owusu of Ashesi University. Love and best wishes to you. It's from your parents, Eddie and Selena, your siblings, grandparents, Auntie Jessie of Mamprobi, Mr. and Mrs. Aban Mens of Calvary Methodist Stadium, Kumasi. Warm regards to you, Daniel Kweku Owusu. And one goes out to you, says, from all your friends, from Dobeta, Auntie Mavis of Splendid Mother Care. Happy birthday number 55 to you, Harriet Hughes. Have a good one. Belated to Jeffrey Boateng from Officer Daniela Kusi of the Ghana Police Service. Kofi Kumbilson is next on your radio. The next news broadcast is at 12. Belated wishes to you, Kingsley and Ponsa Ajiman. It's from Grandma Auntie Mary. Enjoy though the wishes, belated Kingsley and Ponsa Ajiman. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive is all you have. Indeed, it's a tough world, but still we rise. Shouting out to my brother Koju T in New Jersey and reminding you, when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.